In the earlier class, we had solved till question number 9 from the exercises on page number 128. Now let us solve starting from question number 10. Only few questions we'll solve. I think we are having 18 questions, and after that additional exercises. We'll solve 10, 11, 12, 13 and all. Okay, I will read the question. 10th question. Using a horizontal force of 200 newtons, we intend to move a wooden cabinet across a floor at a constant velocity. What is the friction force that will be exerted on the cabinet? The answer for the 10th question is the friction force will be, the friction force will be 200 newtons only. But in the opposite direction. Why 200 newtons only? Because action and reaction are equal and opposite. That is the reason why the friction force will be equal to 200 newtons. I will read the next question. Two objects each of mass 1.5 kg are moving in the same straight line but in opposite directions. The velocity of each object is 2.5 meters per second before the collision, during which they stick together. What will be the velocity of the combined object after collision? So mass of the first object m1 is equal to 1.5 kg. M2 is also equal to 1.5 kg because both are having the same mass, and after that they are moving in opposite directions. So with a velocity of 2.5 meters per second, so velocity of the first object I will take 2.5 meters per second. Initial velocity of the second object I will take minus 2.5 meters per second. The reason for this is both are moving in opposite directions. So if one is taken positive, take the other as negative. Then from the law of conservation of momentum, from the law of conservation of momentum, we have m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Wait. Now since both these objects stick together after collision, v1 and v2 are equal. So I'll just write, let v1 is equal to v2 and let us take it as say x. So m1 is 1.5, u1 is 2.5, m2 is 1.5, u2 is minus 2.5 is equal to m1 is 1.5, v1 and v2 we have taken as x, and m2 is also 1.5, we have taken it also as x. So 1.5 into 2.5, I think 25 into 1.5. I'll just see that. So 1.5 into 2.5 is 3.75, plus into minus is minus. Again 1.5 into 2.5 is 3.75 and is equal to 1.5x plus 1.5x is 1.5 plus 1.5 is 3 or 3.0x. These both will cancel each other, so you get 0 is equal to 3x. So x is equal to 0 upon 3 or equal to 0. So the velocity of the combined object after collision is 0. Okay, that is the answer. Note down this answer, everyone. Let us start solving the next question now. I will just read the 12th question. Okay, I will read the 12th question. After I read the 12th question, we will start solving the 12th question. Okay, now I will read the 12th question. According to the third law of motion, when we push on an object, the object pushes back on us with an equal and opposite force. If the object is a massive truck parked along the roadside, it will probably not move. A student justifies this by answering that the two opposite and equal forces cancel each other. Comment on this logic and explain why the truck does not move. Okay, so this is the question. So let us start answering that question. So the answer for this question is, the logic is that action and reaction act on two different bodies, so they do not cancel each other. But when we push a truck with a huge mass, okay, it does not move because the force of friction between the truck and the road is very large. So even though we push it with a greater force, it does not move. This is the answer. Write down this answer, everyone. Okay, so we'll solve the 13th question now. I will read the 13th question. So I will read the question. A hockey ball of mass 200 grams traveling at 10 meters per second is struck by a hockey stick so as to return it along its original path with a velocity of 5 meters per second. Calculate the change of momentum occurred in the motion of the hockey ball by the force applied by the hockey stick. So the mass of the hockey ball is So I will start solving the question. Hockey ball mass is 200 grams. So mass I will take as 200 grams. And 200 grams means we have to convert this into kg. 200 upon 1000. We divide it by 1000 because 1000 grams make 1 kg. So mass of the hockey ball is 0.2 kg. And it is traveling at, okay, u1, it's traveling with an initial velocity of, what you can say, 10 meters per second, and it is struck by a hockey ball. Okay, it is struck by a hockey ball. To return it along its original path means the velocity, the direction of motion changes. And the direction of motion changes, it is in the reverse direction. So you take it as minus 5 meters per second because the hockey stick strikes the ball so that the ball returns along its original path. That is, the ball comes like this, it is struck by a hockey stick and it again returns back along its original path. So if you take the initial velocity as say u1 is equal to say 10 meters per second. Okay, let us take it as u is equal to 10 meters per second and v is equal to minus 5 meters per second. This I have taken minus because both these are in opposite direction. They have asked to calculate the change in momentum. So change in momentum, okay, the change in momentum is mv minus mu. That is final momentum minus initial momentum. And momentum is measured by the product of mass and velocity. Here mass is 0.2 kg, final velocity is minus 5 and mass is again 0.2, okay, and initial velocity is 10. So minus plus into minus is minus, 5 into 0.2 is 1.0, 0.2 into 10 is 2 or 2.0, both are minus. So 1 and 2, if you add you get 3, minus 3.0 or equal to 3. Okay, so this is the, what you can say, change in momentum, and change in momentum is, the unit is kg meters per second. The negative sign indicates, okay, the negative sign indicates that change in momentum is in the opposite direction of the initial direction of the ball. Okay, so this is the answer for the question. Write down these notes. Okay, write down these notes, all of you, and we'll solve few more questions in the next class. Okay, write down these answers. Bye till then.